Yes, guys, welcome to another episode. As you know, Jamaicans are very passionate about track and field. Based on the conversation here, it appears that Jamaica's track team is in serious trouble. Likewise, the organizations that govern the team. As we know, Jamaica did not perform very well this time around compared to what we've seen over the last 20 years. Relative to the conversation that I am about to share with you, this field athlete came out and blasted the organizations that govern Team Jamaica in Paris regarding her inability to perform well because she was not given the resources as the track athletes would. So I want you guys to have a listen and leave your comments. You're going to be listening to a panel of Jamaican commentators, including former athlete. Have a listen.
Holding for some time. Good afternoon, QB. Hello.
Good
Afternoon,
afternoon to the
afternoon,
panel and
QB.
good afternoon to Jamaica.
Good
Afternoon,
afternoon.
Mr. Sibogan.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What kind of Paris Olympics have these been through your eyes, QB?
Terrible, terrible,
And why?
terrible.
And why? Tell us more.
Well, I mean, if you're pleased with what's going on with the Jamaica national team, then I guess you're happy. If you're not, then changes need to come. This has been coming now for 14 years. You shouldn't be surprised what has happened here
Tell me why you say it's been coming for 14 years.
because there's no foundation to our program in Jamaica. There's no foundation. We're at crossroads now. There's a changing of the old guard, and there is definitely issues in Jamaica. And the only people that are suffering are the athletes. I listen to you guys talk about Nugent. We're lucky to have a good young set of athletes now. And if you look, it's all the young athletes that are coming forward for us now. And we need to really make good changes to kill the cancer that is in athletics in Jamaica, so these young athletes can actually grow and prosper.
And what is the cancer in our athletics, QB?
When you have the JOA and the J3A is fighting about nonsense, okay, JOA has no respect for the J3As, and who suffers? The athletes. You listen to what the athletes are saying. For the first time, the athletes are speaking out, and I have to agree with 90% of what they're saying. 90%. This year, you could see the destruction of it all, the incompetence, the everything that's happening, that is going on. You can go down the line and count all the failures. I mean, I hate to be this negative about it, but I'm not at the Olympics. I'm in Los Angeles, and I didn't go because I'm in solidarity with what's happening in my community in Jamaica and St. Elizabeth. So, and watching the Olympics is just very depressing. It's just very depressing because this was coming, and this year has been totally a disaster. You can tell me this, the internal fighting within our federations and the athletes complaining. I mean, it's crazy.
QB, this is Juliet, and
Hey, Julie.
you know that I've been very vocal over the many years.
Yes.
Um,
And before you go, Julie, I hope our Minister of Sport is feeling better. I heard she's in hospital. She didn't make it to Paris.
right, yes.
I got a thing, so I wish her, good health. She's a great lady, a great minister.
Well, I'm sure she's listening, or I will definitely pass that on. But QB, as you know, you've known that this is not just a 14-year cycle. I mean, there are things happening now, but many of the things have been happening for a very long time. What would you suggest, knowing what is happening now?
Ju-
What would you
Julie?
suggest? Because I think this is the first time we're probably hearing more than one athlete coming out. Usually,
Yes,
is a lone
exactly.
voice. It was like my voice.
Right.
What would you suggest now that should change in order to make track and field better in Jamaica?
Julie, I want to say something, okay? In another 3 or 4 months, an Afro-Asian Caribbean woman of Jamaican descent will maybe ascend to the highest office in the world. Okay? You are telling me in Jamaica, sports business administrators, we don't have better than what we have right now? I know they're better there, Julie, but they don't want to get their reputations damaged. Our management is incompetent. It is incompetent. And the fighting internally over nonsense. It's gone worldwide. Everybody knows. The Jamaican people in England, America, and Canada are wondering what the hell is going on in Jamaica. What is going on in Jamaica? And this is the perfect time, Julie. It's a changing of the guard. The all athletes are going out. and there's a whole crop of new athletes that are here now, and we have to nurture them. We have to nurture. Yes, that was very emotional for me, Julie, because Rashawn is my athlete that made it to the final, and it was sad that he hit the hurdle, but he's 20 years old.
Yes, yes.
Cheyenne is another one. I had 3 athletes in the Olympics, 2 were in the finals, and if I don't take them under my wing and kind of nurture them, and tell them to stay away from all that nonsense. I mean, the stuff with Danielle. Danielle is a great person. She's a great ambassador for Jamaica. She never said anything about money. She never said anything about money, Julie. She said all she wanted was a pass for a coach. We keep sending the same prima donna coaches to these things that do absolutely nothing. They come late to the camps. They turn their athletes against Jamaica, and we keep sending them over and over. Go back, Julie, and look at all the management teams that we sent in the last 3 Olympics or 4 Olympics, and the teams. Same damn people go over and over. When are we going to groom the new people, Julie? When are we going to give? You know who the best people in Jamaica are, Julie? The high school coaches. They are keeping Jamaica going. They're breeding the new young athletes. Do they get any trips? Tell me, Julie.
Well,
do they get any rewards?
And why do you think that they're not getting those trips?
Because it's an all boys thing. This is supposed to be a national thing, Julie. We're talking about institutions, this institution or this clique or that clique. It's a national thing. Everybody's rooting for Jamaica. We're not rooting for this one club or that club or this one institution that controls this or this one party or this. It's nonsense. It is nonsense. I say they all need to resign. Don't even come back to the office. Turn your keys in. Don't even wait for elections, because you know what, Julie? You get what you vote for.
Yeah, but
Let me say this, panel and QBC Gobin. There's an article published today in the Guardian newspaper.
Many
in London.
articles.
No, I'm just drawing your attention to this one. Published this morning in the Guardian in London. It says the headline: Uncool runnings. Jamaica's powerhouse sprint team fizzles at the Olympics. Written by Andrew Lawrence. And it reads: Jamaica has been on such a cold streak in Paris that it's fair to wonder whether the country is planning for the Winter Olympics. In place of its usual dominance in sprinting, it's been one disappointment after another. And it goes through all of the disappointments. And then it says at the end, these Olympics were very nearly an unmitigated disaster for Jamaica, suddenly on the back foot without Bolt padding their results, and back under pressure from a U.S. federation that is finally reaping dividends from their decade-long investment in sprints. Instead, there's hardware coming home from field stars in spite of the country's faltering track performances. Here now is a once-in-a-generation opportunity for one of the pluckiest Olympic nations to diversify its track and field holdings. And the last sentence, QB. Jamaica's sporting directors should probably make the most of this moment before the rest of the world passes them by and Jamaica's luck really runs out.
Thank you. I've been saying this for how many? I've been jumping up and down like Julie, and everybody says that's QB just talking. But I just don't talk. I talk the walk. And don't even talk about money. We have more money than we can even look at. And some of these people on the panel there, they know it. We have more money than we can look at. It's beyond me. The Jamaican people, the athletes, and the membership have to say enough is enough. As I said, don't even wait for the election. Turn in your keys. Let's move on. Let's kill this cancer right now.
QB. Casey Graham wants to say something to you, QB. Go ahead, Casey.
Good day, QB.
Good day.
QB has some side
I'm happy. Wait. I'm happy that I'm getting the support from all over the world. I'm happy.
It's QB. You know what happened? We have the same thing every year, but guess what? Because we are doing so well.
Band-Aid.
And when these people come out, they have nobody to report to. It is business as usual. They have
Agreed.
nobody to investigate them. And QB,
Agreed.
you talk about something. You see, I see people like Gregory Harton, Davian Clark, Danny McFarlane. I see a lot of past Olympians. I see some people they take as coaches. It's a friendly business. There's a particular coach now who coaches in the USA. All of a sudden, he goes to every team. Even at the World Relay, what about the local coaches?
Exactly.
Yeah?
Look,
And he has one athlete on the team who can get a medal. And
Casey,
all of a sudden, he's going everywhere. And listen,
Casey.
I'm going to talk QB. We see a Bird Cameron here in Jamaica. We see a Elliott with the team up there. What happened to Bert Cameron? This is the first world champion. He's an Olympian. Give them. Look here, I saw a list came out first with officials. I saw Lassina Golden name on the list. I saw Lennox Graham. All of a sudden it changed, and I saw other people, and they put people. And when I see Bert Cameron here in Jamaica, and I see people like Mr. Elliott, who years ago he cursed Jamaica administration, and all of a sudden he's their good boy. He goes everywhere now.
Casey, you're preaching to the choir. You're preaching to the choir. I'm telling you, I sit here. I don't have any authority in any federation in Jamaica, as you know. And I have coaches calling me and saying, QB, can you call the president and ask him, I have 2 athletes or 3 athletes going to the World Juniors. Can I go with my athletes? They're sending coaches that has nothing to do with the people who can win us medals.
And QB.
I don't even know how to say it. I wish everybody would just stand up and say enough is enough. We can't
President
have this no more.
is my friend QB, but he's weak QB. He's weak, and he listens to people around him. He listens to the wrong set of people QB.
Listen, 4 years ago, Guard Gale said to me, QB, I didn't support him. If you guys remember, I supported Donald Quarry because of policies and discipline. Okay, he came to me and he said, hey, support me. I will listen. I will make changes, and I will drain the swamp. He became part of the swamp. there is 4 or 5 people running athletics in Jamaica, and they're relics. Listen to what I'm saying. They're relics. If I give them a test right now in athletics, they couldn't pass it. They couldn't tell me what's first place in the Diamond League meet, Casey and Juliet. It is for us. I'm glad that everybody's coming out and writing now, because when I jump up and down Julie, they say that that's QB just talking. Well, today, don't even hold your head and cry. Don't bang your belly and bawl, because it was coming. You kept putting Band-Aids on it. You kept sending your favorite prima donna coaches that don't give a hell about Jamaica. They give a hell about themselves and the athletes they manage.
But
you guys have no idea what is going on, even on this Olympic team. Ask yourself, why is Julie Brumwell running 2 times in a mixed relay and have to come back and run her open race?
Janelle Bromfield.
Janelle Bromfield.
Yeah. Ask. When we have quarter miles.
We asked that question though. Well,
because
we know why.
An athlete was supposed to come on in the final, and that morning her coach said she was sick. She couldn't run. Okay? She couldn't run. You figure it out. Okay? So Bromfield had to run because they felt she was entitled, because there was a national record that was set and they weren't going to change it. Okay? Yeah, there's a reasons to everything that's going on. One coach said he was resigning because his athlete didn't get to run the leg that they wanted her to run. Do you know all of this stuff that's going on?
In which event that QB? Hold on.
The 4x1.
So hold on. So you're saying the coach threatened to walk unless his athlete was given the preferred leg on the 4x1, the women's 4x1?
Yes.
This is
Casey,
a coach that
Casey.
said that? This is a coach that said that?
Yes, Casey, you know this.
Poor Casey.
Casey knows. Casey is in touch. He's in touch.
QB.
But
that everything I can speak and hear.
All I'm saying to you, Jamaica, the Jamaican people, the athletes, and the voting members have to decide what they want.
Who are the voting?
Have to decide.
Who are the voting members?
Athletes. Most of the athletes.
Ask Guard Gale.
Your last comment, QBC Gobin, I have to run and do some more business. But you're saying that the performance of our administrators warrants an on-block resignation even before they return to Jamaica, is what you're saying?
That's what I would say. That's what. Am I wrong with people writing from all over the world saying the same thing? Internally in Jamaica too. Yeah. There have been several articles come out of Jamaica, and as I think Casey said or somebody said, we have great people. You have Winthrop Graham, gold medal winners. These guys are
Danny McFarlane. We have Greg McFarlane. Lassina Clark.
Julie
I was going to say Julie Cuthbert,
Julie can,
but she is no more. She's a bigger position now. She wouldn't go now.
No, but I'm sure if you ask Julie to do national duty, she would do it.
Hear you on that, QBC Gobin. That's all the time I have this afternoon. Thank you for your contribution.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, QB.
Athlete, agent there, and
I think we needed that, though.
Agent provocateur, QBC Gobin. I mentioned the Guardian article because, for those who know, The Guardian is the #1 news website in the United Kingdom. It's one of the biggest in the world. And of the 200 plus nations competing at the Olympics, they chose to run this one about Jamaica. They said, the headline grabbed me. Uncool runnings, : Powerhouse sprint team fizzles at games. They say we've been so cool. It looks like we're preparing for the Winter Olympics.
They were preparing for
Oh
this.
my goodness.
Because we beat them so bad over the
Ouch.
years.
But
I know once we do bad, people going to rejoice. I'm telling you.
You know what I like about the USA team? When I look at the USA team, the diversity, there are few people, there are few coaches that I saw in the stand. Robin Johnson, who I went to University of Texas with, she's now a coach. And she's now able to travel with the USA team. There are other Olympians that I actually saw or know that they're now a part of the USA track and field team. They may have their issues as well.
Yes.
But I think they've, welcomed many, ex-athletes into their team who are now coaches to actually travel with the USA team. And so I think they're more all around.
Yeah.
I think, as QB said, we're seeing the same faces. Jamaica is small, so let's not, try to think that we're going to see, different faces every 4 years.
Right.
But I think some of the faces you see are the faces that have been there even when I was running 20, 30 years, 25 years ago.
But and I accept that. The thing I would say as we move on to do some more business is this. People speak about the Bolt era. I'm not sure, and you all would perhaps know better. I'm not sure the Bolt era was as a result of any planning. I think it just happened.
It just happened.
And that's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Things like these shouldn't happen for a nation like ours.
Yeah.
These should we should say this is the fruits of our plans, because that's what successful organizations do. You don't sit and wait for happenstance, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn.
Remember, we do have a good system. Let's not forget this.
No, the feeder.
We have a good
youth.
feeder system,
as we captured in our documentary.
Right.
That's a fact.
So we have a good feeder system, and that is why we've had the success. It's not because of any great planning.
And that's
it's
what I'm
because
saying.
of the primary school champs, the prep school champs, and moving on to high school and the great high school program that we have.
And I'm saying that when you have a plan and when you support the plan and you fail, people can accept it. When you're not on a plan and you fail, people will cuss and go on bad, which is why, look at what happened yesterday. The US had a relay camp. What happened in the men's 4x1?
They got
They got disqualified because they didn't do it properly. We had no camp. We never even met the final. So I'm just saying that the best laid plans can be laid waste. But at the end of the day, people want to know that you have prepared to engineer the outcomes you would like to see. That's how life works.
Let me tell you, last thing. Let me tell you one of the things that I see that's happening. We have different camps in Jamaica. It's like we have the different tribes. Your camp over there, your camp over here. We're all one Jamaica, but we're competing against each other. And then you have the JOA, and then you have the J3A, and everybody's doing their own thing.
Can I sum it up for you?
And everybody's doing their own
Beg
thing.
your chance to
and
sum
then,
it up for you.
right, and then so the athletes they're feeling that. They understand what's happening, and they can sense the riff of whatever is happening. And then you can't go to the Olympic Games or the World Championship and not able to come together as one when you have a training camp over here, so fight against the other camp over there. So
But Mrs. Cuthbert Flynn, I'm saying to you that you are perfectly right, and I wanted you to give me the chance to say this. What you've described is the almighty battle of self-interest.
yes.
And that is what is pulling us down.
Pulling us down. The crab in a barrel mentality has to go.
Here you go.
Jamaica has earned the title Sprint Capital of the World over the decades. At this point in time, many are saying that Jamaica needs to learn how to survive without Usain Bolt, who's retired from the sport and who has kept Jamaica on the map as a legendary sprint athlete. Likewise, the Jamaican women who have done exceptionally well right along with Bolt. That cohort of athletes seem to be phasing out. So whatever is going on within the organizations that govern our international track team needs to be resolved as soon as possible. Because if not, Jamaica could stay in the wilderness for a long time to come. And it won't be because we don't have good athletes. It starts at the top in any organization. Whenever there's failure or weakness, they look at the top first. I hope that they get it sorted out as soon as possible because the sport needs Jamaica. Keep it locked here, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next video.